Moderation is the key to happiness. Quality of pleasure is more important than quantity of possessions. The wise man is self-sufficient. The greatest good is tranquility of mind. The absence of pain is pleasure. It is not death that we should fear, but rather never beginning to live. We should enjoy life while we have it. It is better to be poor and free than to be rich and a slave. The pleasures of the mind are the highest pleasures. The happiness of the wise man comes from wisdom, not from external things. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Nothing is enough for the man to whom enough is too little. The just man is most free from disturbance. The gods are immortal and blessed, and therefore have no concern for us. It is not what we eat, but what we digest, that makes us strong. Pleasure is the beginning and the end of living happily. Death is nothing to us, since when we are, death is not come, and when death has come, we are not. We should not spoil what we have by desiring what we do not have. We should be grateful for what we have, rather than envious of what others have. We should not fear the gods, since they are not concerned with human affairs. Friendship is a necessary ingredient for a happy life. We should not pursue fame, since it brings no real happiness. We should not be too attached to life, since it is only a temporary state. We should avoid excess in all things. We should seek the company of the wise and good. We should not waste time on things that do not matter. We should live in harmony with nature. The soul is mortal, and therefore there is no afterlife. We should not be afraid of change, since it is the nature of things. We should not be afraid of death, since it is the natural end of life. We should not be too concerned with the future, since it is uncertain. We should not be too concerned with the past, since it is gone. We should enjoy the present moment, since it is all we have. We should not be too attached to material possessions. We should not seek pleasure at the expense of others. We should not harm others, since it is not in our own interest to do so. We should be tolerant of others, even those who hold different beliefs. We should not judge others, since we are all fallible. We should not be too concerned with what others think of us. We should be self-sufficient, but also willing to accept help from others. We should avoid anger and other destructive emotions. We should cultivate gratitude for the good things in our lives. We should not be too proud, since it is a form of arrogance. We should not be too concerned with social status. We should be content with what we have, but also strive to improve ourselves. We should not be too attached to our own opinions. We should seek knowledge and understanding. We should be open-minded and willing to change our beliefs if new evidence arises. We should not be too concerned with the opinions of the masses. We should seek to live a simple and unpretentious life. We should not be too attached to our physical appearance. We should be kind and compassionate towards all living beings. We should seek to understand and appreciate the natural world. We should not be too attached to our reputation. We should not be too concerned with our legacy, since it is ultimately out of our control. We should not be too attached to our own comfort. We should seek to live a virtuous and ethical life. We should be honest with ourselves and others. We should seek to find meaning and purpose in our lives. We should not be too attached to our own intellect. We should not be too concerned with the opinions of others. We should seek to cultivate inner peace and tranquility. We should not be too attached to our own success. We should seek to live a life of integrity and authenticity. We should not be too attached to our own identity. We should seek to cultivate a sense of wonder and awe towards the world. We should not be too attached to our own emotions. We should seek to cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation for life. We should not be too concerned with our own mortality. We should seek to live in the moment and appreciate the present. We should not be too attached to our own desires. We should seek to cultivate a sense of purpose and direction in our lives. We should not be too attached to our own expectations. We should seek to live a life of service and contribution to others. We should not be too attached to our own achievements. We should seek to cultivate a sense of humility and modesty. We should not be too concerned with our own happiness. We should seek to live a life of balance and moderation. We should not be too attached to our own fears. We should seek to cultivate a sense of courage and bravery. We should not be too attached to our own beliefs. We should seek to live a life of curiosity and exploration. We should not be too concerned with our own identity. We should seek to cultivate a sense of empathy and compassion towards others. We should seek to live a life of creativity and innovation. We should not be too attached to our own judgments. We should seek to cultivate a sense of forgiveness and understanding. We should not be too concerned with our own legacy. We should seek to live a life of meaning and purpose. We should not be too attached to our own reputation. We should seek to cultivate a sense of joy and wonder in our lives. We should seek to live a life of courage and determination. We should seek to cultivate a sense of community and connection with others. We should seek to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the natural world. We should not be too attached to our own ego. We should seek to live a life of contentment and fulfillment rather than constant striving and desire.